watching the Big 12 on ESPN. Beautiful night in Waco, Texas, and we've got a top 20 matchup for you. The 8th ranked Texas Longhorns versus 20th ranked Baylor here at the Paul J. Meyer Arena inside the Farrell Center. Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. I'm Anne-Marie Anderson alongside 3-time Olympian and NCAA champion Holly McPeak. And Holly, it has been a wild ride in NCAA volleyball this year. What's going on?
Parity. There's so much talent across the country. We've seen some incredible non-conference matchups and so many upsets. It's been fun every single night.
Yeah, people have scheduled really tough, including this Texas team who was swept by Stanford the other day. They've got a lot to work on.
Well, they learned a lot about themselves. They didn't pass great, so they're going to play with the 6-2 offense tonight to see if they can have more of a diverse offense and score better.
Texas right now is 3-3. Now, last year at this time, they also had their third loss. Taking a little recap, Minnesota and Stanford, their losses.
Yeah, they're 1-2 versus ranked opponents, but they've got lots of new pieces with some key transfers, and they're trying to figure out how these puzzle pieces fit. Texas coaching staff very good at figuring that out by the end of the season.
On the other side, for the Baylor Bears, their record is 7-2. 9 of their first 10 matches are here inside the Farrell Center at home.
And this is a team who's very comfortable playing at home. They've got a lot of physicality, but new faces in key positions for Baylor. And they just need to be aggressive and go for it tonight, but they got to be tough from the service line.
You can see that they were swept at home by SMU. SMU, one of those teams that's been wreaking havoc across the NCAA. You talked about Texas's coaching staff and how good they are at figuring things out. Well, maybe no one better than Jared Elliott in his 24th season as Texas head coach.
Jared Elliott is the CEO of the staff, and then you've got Eric Sullivan and David Hunt, an offensive and defensive coordinator, helping him do his job.
On the other side, Ryan McGuire, the 2019 ABCA National Coach of the Year, 10th season as Baylor head coach. He says they're still putting it together right now.
They are, and like I said, new players in key positions. They've got a transfer grad setter running the offense, but she's got tons of experience, and they just need to pass the ball so she can run the offense.
You mentioned Texas's offense changing. Explain a little bit about what it's going to look like.
Texas has the deepest team I've ever seen for Texas volleyball, and they have 2 elite setters, Ella Swindle and now transfer from actually Baylor, Avery Carlson, and those 2 will run the offense from the back row. So they will always have 3 hitters in the back row, and that gives them more versatility when they don't have a great pass to not be so left side heavy.
When is the last time Texas ran a 6-2? How about this? 2009.
It's all about personnel.
Ready to get underway with first serve. Jackie Barrett Frazier first serve. Texas running their middles, and that's what Jared Elliott made the move in order to do.
And Baylor going after Jenna Wennis, good pass, and then Texas able to run the middle. Middle attack is always a high percentage attack, so you want to run those quicks as often as possible.
Texas server, Aiden Ames, start things off. Right back at you. Everybody establishing the middle early.
Well played by Baylor, loving the quick attack out of the middle by Alicia Andrew. Watch this pass, it drops short, but Brisena slides under it in the quick crossbody swing, beating Ella Swindle down that right side line.
That brings Elise McGee to the service line. Get used to it. She's a tremendous server. 18 aces on the season. Wennis first touch. And again, maybe forcing the middle a bit, but they want to establish it.
I like that choice. Texas is running their offense so they can run more middle, more of a diverse offense. Mariana Singletary just didn't get on top of that one.
First serve from McGee straight down the middle. This time a little more heat at Madison Skinner. There's one of the additions for Texas.
Reagan Rutherford graduated from Kentucky. Now she's wearing burnt orange. You'll see her on the opposite, the right side of the screen. The dynamic lefty goes inside that left back defender.
And the server in is Avery Carlson, who transferred to Texas from Baylor. Back playing in this gym, she serves a tough ball. Pass is good. Carlson delivers. And it's the woman who always delivers the mail, Madison Skinner, 3-time national champion.
And Avery Carlson likes to run her offense quick and flat, but for Madison Skinner, who jumps as high as she does, she gives her a little bit more lift and she just goes over the top to the corner.
Carlson this time serves from a different zone. Oh, that's a rejection. A clear rejection from Mariana Singletary.
Mariana Singletary owning the net, and that's what she needs to do defensively. Watch this tight pass. You see the setter going up to save it. Singletary waits and blocks that middle attack.
Carlson served the first one from the right side of the end line. The last two from the left side. Jared Elliott likes to move his servers around. Off the block and down. Devin Kahawai is getting some reps because of this 6-2.
We're seeing a much more diverse range of hitters from Texas than we saw the other day at Stanford because of that 6-2. Got a right side outlet and a left side outlet when we can't run the middle.
Carlson continues on a 4-0 run. There's the middle, dug over. From the backcourt, another great dig by Halter. Baylor's middle ends the conversation and the run.
Number 18, Alicia Andrew, very impressive, both quick attacks and defensively. She gets up and available. We've seen her go both ways, gets the free ball, and then lets McGee do the work from the backcourt.
Down the line, tough serve, outside again. Cannot be chased.
Hawaii, that time on the left side, down the line. Baylor in some good positions defensively, but they're letting that ball rise and get away from them as defenders.
Kahawai kill from either side, left and right. Skinner serving. Tough rotation for most teams there with the setter coming from far away. Baylor got a break. Head to the back line, Tahani Ilufato. Ilufato, heavy serve. They're trying to make Maddie Skinner do double work. Well, Jared Elliott has to be happy with what the middle is doing for Texas.
And Texas is passing the ball better. Baylor going after Maddie Skinner. She puts it right in her setter's hand, and then look at the quick attack from Mariana Singletary. One-on-one. That's a tough ball to stop defensively.
Backcourt again. And it scores again. They're going to run McGee as many times as they can, I think.
In Texas choosing to put up a triple block in front of Elise McGee out of the back row, so that tip falls with 3 defenders in the backcourt.
Kendall Murphy serving now. That brings McGee to the front court again for Baylor. Tough serve, unable to retrieve, and Murphy says, give me the love. It's a service ace.
Kendall Murphy doing a really nice job for Baylor, taking a big role. She's a coach's kid, very smart, nice volleyball IQ, put something special on that serve.
Nice pass, Carlson, tempo behind. And they are using both opposites a lot.
Well, I think one of the things that makes Texas tough to play is they've got so many offensive weapons. So that if they can push their pass up to the front like that, they've got 3 players in the front row that you got to worry about, and then Skinner in the back row.
Is this more talent than you have seen from top to bottom for Texas?
Definitely. They've got depth in every position. And for Jared Elliott, that sounds like a blessing, but it's also tough to figure out where the pieces fit.
Yeah, he said he'd be comfortable playing anyone. Ella Swindle, meanwhile, serves long. So again, with that 6-2 offense, 6 hitters, 2 setters, Swindle will now set. And Reagan Rutherford has entered to be the other right side player while Carlson and Kahawai have left. Bibinbe. Perfect pass from Halter. Slide. Not always the easiest ball. Left-hander on the left side. Rutherford handles it beautifully.
Transition offense is so important if you want to win at the top level. Look at this ball from Emma Halter to Reagan Rutherford on the left side of the court. Just really nice high hand swing from Rutherford on the left side.
Wenis drops a serve around the middle of the court. Nice reach from McGee. Uh-oh, very tough ball. And it's just eaten up, as it should be, by Alicia Andrew in the middle.
Transition setting when your setter digs the ball is crucial. And that one got away from Texas, but unforced error for Baylor trying to get this tight ball, and they follow through into the net. Texas ball.
Outside, McGee. Halter stands in with her helmet on and takes it. Madison Skinner, was there a touch? Initial call is no.
I saw a touch.
Jarrett Elliott's players, Ames, are begging for it, and he goes for the challenge card early.
Love that dig by Emma Halter. And then the transition set from Ella Swindle comes inside. Watch Maddie Skinner work the inside hand of Andrew, the middle blocker for Baylor.
And you think that's where you saw the touch?
I did see the touch.
That's right. I like the way you correct me on that. Oh, I see it. You actually, in the slow-mo, you can see it off those upper fingers. But also, you have the best eyesight of anybody on challenges.
From afar, yes.
There you go. And indeed, the call is reverse. Texas point. So Jarrett Elliott will keep all 3 of his challenges. Each coach gets 3 challenges. If you challenge is unsuccessful, you lose it with 2 remaining. But if it's successful like this, you keep all 3. McGee, a little too much, it goes wide.
And Jenna Wenis putting some service pressure on Baylor. That was an out-of-system ball and a tough swing for McGee to take on the left.
This one dropping a little bit differently to the middle.
Alicia Andrew has been really impressive, making herself available no matter where the pass is to her setter, Jackie Barrett-Frazier. Watch her move to the side so she's available and go deep to that corner. Beautiful offense out of the middle.
Once around the dial as Jackie Barrett-Frazier is behind the service line again. She's a grad transfer from Auburn. Sits in it for a nice dig.
We've seen the Baylor players in the right position, but they can't handle the power. And sometimes you're not used to the heat of Texas. They've got some big, powerful hitters. Takes a little time to adjust, but good isolation on that right side. Middle blocker laid, and Reagan Rutherford able to get a kill cross court.
True freshman Aiden Ames served. Back again for McGee. How about that block? Skinner on the outside sets it up, and Singletary finishes it.
Number 6, Maddie Skinner, something special. We talk about our offense all the time, but defensively, Jared Elliott says, look, she's a shutdown blocker, but look at her press back into the court of Baylor.
It's a 6-1 run, now a 7-1 run for the Longhorns.
And Aiden Ames, middle blocker in the front row, but shows she has some back row skills as well. Texas up 15-8 in set 1.
Baylor family, Texas missed a serve. Make sure to stop by the marketing table at the end of the match to get a Bubba's coupon while supplies last.
Mama, I will protect you. Ready?
The Wild Robot is 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hello.
Here's a free sticker. Scan the code and receive 10% off. Do you need? Do you need assistance?
The Wild Robot is the greatest DreamWorks movie ever.
Did anyone order me?
It's not just the best animated movie of the year.
Do you need assistance?
It's one of the best movies, period.
I will protect you.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27th.
Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be.
When it comes to college volleyball, you couldn't ask for a better matchup. Nothing bigger all season.
Both playing their best volleyball.
It's about who can handle the moment.
Can't wait to see it.
That's going to be an epic match. Nebraska and Louisville right now. Louisville in a 4-set battle versus Kentucky in Louisville. And we got people to watch left and right in this one. Harper Murray and DeBeer, two of the most exciting players in the game, Holly.
Can't wait to see that one.
We'll be calling that one. Along with Courtney Lyle. Block from Texas comes right back again against Singletary and Skinner. Allie Chet takes her first swing. Skinner going to work. Tries a little tenderness. Ball is pancaked up. Here's the opportunity for Texas. Solo shutdown. Skinner looks like she's having a lot more fun than we saw on Sunday.
I feel like the whole team is. They're working together, trying to explore this 6-2 offense. That transition's set a little bit wide, but Maddie Skinner takes a big step out and works inside the middle block of Andrew.
8 points, largest lead of the match. Ames service run comes to an end. Holly, at the break, the difference in hitting efficiency for these teams was stunning.
Well, at the break, Texas was hitting 7-14, Baylor 0-7-1. Baylor really struggling to score right now.
Halter gets a piece of it, puts it right on the net. Cleaned up by Rutherford in her right hand.
Reagan Rutherford attacks usually with her left hand, but she writes with her right hand, so she is ambidextrous, and you see there, she's got good control with it.
Again, the substitutions coming in this offense Texas is trying for the first time, the 6-2 offense that brings former Baylor player Avery Carlson to the line. And somebody who's been doing a fantastic job up front for Texas on the right is Kahahawa. Back to check. Middle again. Point, Texas.
And Texas running that middle attack in transition off of a dig. Mariana Singletary is a nice target, a nice offensive option to use off of a dig. Now Texas up 18-9 in this set.
Holly, I'm seeing a lot of low sets to the middle.
Agree, they need to be higher.
Yeah, and I am going to leave alone how difficult it is for Carlson playing in here. I just don't want to go near it.
Okay.
I feel like we can't assume what she's feeling.
Okay.
Hello. Here's a free sticker. Scan the code and receive 10% off of your...
Did you ask them to?
Yeah, I did. Say something.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you all right. I turned it down a bunch.
Do you need assistance?
The Wild Robot is the greatest DreamWorks movie ever.
Did anyone order me?
It's not just the best animated movie of the year.
Do you need assistance?
Soccer League match. Gotham won their game on Monday night and moved into 3rd place in the standings. They're going to square off against Utah at Red Bull Arena. Coverage kicks off at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on ESPN2 and ESPN Plus in English and Spanish. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Back at Paul J. Meyer Arena inside the Farrell Center, set number 1 action. Texas doubling up Baylor. Check! Attacks cross court. Little tip. Block is good, picked up again. Second time is the 3rd time a charm. It'll go to Check instead. 3 consecutive blocks for Texas. Check comes under the net. Welcome everybody to Waco, Texas. Paul J. Meyer Arena inside the Farrell Center. Set 1 action in this top 20 matchup between Texas and the Baylor Bears. Anne-Marie Anderson and Holly McPeak. Holly, what have you seen so far in this first set that stands out to you?
Texas using so many offensive weapons. They're passing much better than we saw on Sunday. And Baylor only has 2 players who've scored points, so they're relying too heavily on McGee and Andrews.
Lauren Briseno, one of the best libros in the game, serving. When his pass. Maddie Skinner intending to go off the block, it looks like, gets it back in her lap.
Number 11, Kendall Murphy for Baylor, was super disciplined on her block move, set up her block, and then look at that left hand, turn it back into the court, get some right hand too.
The Bears need a run. It was a 7-1 run by Texas that broke it open earlier this set. Outside, take your time. The block of Texas has been dominant.
Texas is passing the ball well. They're running their middle. I feel like the set's a little bit low to Mariana Singletary. She's not able to get on top and drive it down. But look at the wall. Singletary and Skinner. Big stuff block for Texas.
McGee brings it back into center. And Holly, let's talk about the middle sets because they look a little off.
Well, they're just low. And as a middle attacker, you don't want that set at your elbow. You want it high so you can snap on top and drive it down.
Little extra passing stability comes in as Ali Check departs and Tahani Iulufatu comes in. She's going to serve for Baylor and play defense. Pass is on the money, out long to Wenis. And down, just identifying that solo blocker.
Texas really focused on that first contact, and you see the difference, the pace of the offense when the setter's in front of that 3-meter line, and then Wenis able to go quick down the line.
Emma Halter goes down the line just a little bit long. That brings McGee back up front for the Baylor Bears. Their leading scorer averages over 3 kills per set. She's only got 1 today.
Let's see if Baylor can get more hitters involved. McGee, Andrew carrying all the offensive load. Right now, Bavimbe and McGee in the front row with Jackie Barrett Frazier, the setter, so she can attack as well out of the front.
Brian McGuire, Baylor's head coach, takes his second and final timeout of this set. And we're seeing from Texas a great side-out percentage. We saw them in the 50s, 52 versus Stanford. They're at 78% now.
And that's a really nice number, but it starts with that first contact. I cannot say it enough. We did not see them pass the ball well on Sunday, and that was really the difference. They weren't able to use all their offensive weapons.
And how does that play into this percentage for people who don't understand side-out percentage?
When you're able to pass that ball in front of that 3-meter line to the right side of the court, it allows the setter to have 4 offensive options, 3 in the front row and 1 out of the back row. And that just puts way more pressure on the defense and gives you a higher percentage to kill that ball.
Yeah, anything over 70 is excellent. Here's our Saturday ABC college football triple header. Number 21, Clemson hosts NC State at noon Eastern, followed by 16th ranked LSU hosting the UCLA Bruins. And then at 7:30, number 6 Tennessee takes on number 15 Oklahoma. Each game is also available on ESPN+. Find live sports with Where to Watch only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com, the ultimate viewing guide to live sports. Things have gone off the rail here, certainly. Texas 22-13. Outside, Skinner touches it, but unable to control it, and Swindle will serve again.
Elise McGee scores her 2nd kill on the left side. They've been relying on her a lot, but she's been having a hard time scoring against Texas defense.
Can Bibinbe do some work and some damage from the service line? Tough flat serve. Outside, Reagan Rutherford. Fatu. Good dig. Wenis carving the turkey using that block.
Jenna Wenis showing her versatility, that time attacking from the right side, going really aggressive at the outside hand. Ella Swindle, the setter, digs it, so Emma Halter has to step in and set that ball, and you see her attack off the hands of Baylor out of bounds.
Tough serve, it's gonna be brought in, but it's a free ball now to Texas, and they have loved running in their middles. Will they go to Ames? Yes, they will.
Baylor trying to put 2 blockers in front of Aiden Ames, the freshman middle for Texas, who's running a gap set, or what you call a 3 set. 2 blockers there, but there's some space for Aiden Ames to attack, and she does that, number 5 in burnt orange.
It is set point Texas. Wenis serving. Pass is off. Everyone knows it's going to McGee. For the set. Big block. How about that? Carroll and Andrew combined.
It was a double sub, new setter in, and Grace Carroll came in to do just that, number 16 for Baylor on the right side. Look at her put up a wall. Really nice aggressive press with her hand to shut down that Texas swing.
Set point number 2, Texas. Frazier's serve is a tape ace. They're saying not so fast, my friend.
Baylor trying to get some momentum on their side of the net, and they have to do that by creating point opportunities with an aggressive serve.
Texas set point number 3. Frazier serving tough. Little ball. McGee gets on top of it. 3 consecutive by the Bears.
Elise McGee, impressive. Had a lot of swings early in this set, but now able to score and go over the top.
4th set point for the Longhorns. And it'll end on a service error, but maybe a little momentum, Holly, for the Bears at the end of that set.
Definitely. Baylor was able to get some serves with a tough serving game, trying to get momentum on their side, but Texas finishes strong, 25-17 in the first set.
Texas hitting 500 for the set. Looked much more smooth, even after just 1 day of practice.
Hello, here's a free sticker. Scan the code and receive 10% off of your...
I'm an advanced robotic helper. Do you need assistance?
Did you know I can assist with grocery shopping, banking, landscaping? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate my performance? I will register that as a 10.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27th.
Ow! Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. 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 I'd wanna be me too.
Ugh, we've all gotten good at stirring the pot. You know, maybe we find time for a little pot luck. Yes, bring those red beans with the andouille, bring pastas and kielbasas, and seriously, we all can't just get along for a few hours? That's a crock. You just gotta go gloves on, Johnsonville in, finger pointing off, and keep it juicy.
Jump to the jam, boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect, I'm the man in command, come.
Oh my goodness.
Great job, guys.
Texas takes set number 1, 25-17 over 20th ranked at Baylor. Holly, Texas came in trying out a new offense, a 6-2 offense. Looks pretty good.
Goal was to get more players involved in the offense, and so far so good. 7 different players in burnt orange have scored tonight so far, and it's only been the first set. Defensively, Mariana Singletary, very good anchoring that block in the middle of the court, and Kahawai on the right side has been a spark plug on the right.
First set summary, there was a 7-1 run early in that set from Texas that opened it out. What else did you notice?
Passing for Texas much better. I feel like for Baylor, they need more players involved in the offense, so they need to pass better. Only 3 players have scored, but one of those players only has 1 kill.
Yep, and only 1 swing, too.
Yes.
So again, to your point, 19 total attempts for Andrew and McGee led to just 7 kills for those 2. As we look at the lineups for these 2 teams, what do you notice in, Holly, on Baylor's side?
New setter in for Baylor. You see Harley Crack, redshirt freshman setter.
Service area. Crack spent some time last year behind Carlson as she set for the Bears last year, getting her chance. Manuela Bibinbe, senior out of Cameroon. Serves cross court, gets Halter. Well, hit high, yes, hit in, no.
Well, it's a bump set, fast, low pass, and Swindle tries to put up a hittable ball, but Madison Skinner trying to just do a little too much, trying to go to that deep corner and doesn't get on top of it.
Bibinbe again. Right in the seam between Wenis and Halter. Here's a free ball opportunity, a little messy for Baylor. Wenis studies it. Rutherford on top, Bibinbe. Back to Rutherford. Second time's a charm. Reagan Rutherford uses all her length.
Reagan Rutherford knows that middle ball is open. This is the transition ball, that middle of the court. We call it campfire, all the players on the perimeter. Crack tries to touch it, just can't get all the way under it, coming all the way from right back.
Rutherford, 5 kills on 8 swings, no errors. freshman Ames serving. McGee passes and tries the tip. Texas's block starting to take over, something we did not see Sunday versus Stanford.
Discipline. I mean, blocking's about discipline. They've got the physicality for Texas, but being pressed over on your opponent's side of the net, Mariana Singletary was late, but Reagan Rutherford got that one for Texas.
Tough ball. And it was a backcourt setter that went up to touch that ball. It had broken the plane of the net, not allowed backcourt attacker, and it will again be Ames serving for Texas.
Last time Ames was on that back line, she was able to take Texas on a scoring run as well. And if you're the server, you take pride in, hey, we score the most points when I'm on the service line.
Yeah, I think a lot of people look at aces, but that isn't necessarily the whole story, not by a long shot. Clean up for McGee. Wennis puts up such a nice slow ball to allow that middle attack.
Mariana Singletary, that time set high enough, and she does a good job managing her offense. It's not, it could be a tiny bit higher, but she stays on top of it with her hand. Good free ball, first attempt by Jenna Wennis, and nice setup by Swindle.
4-0 serving run for the Longhorns. Unloads. Determination from the Baylor Bears.
Grace Carroll has been impressive since entering the match. We saw her come up with a big block at the end of the first set, and then watch her on the far left side of your screen, right side of the court, big, heavy lefty, catches Ella Swindle, the defender for Texas High.
Pass from Wennis. Maybe not the way they drew it up, it certainly works just fine.
Ella Swindle doing a nice job saving that tight pass, getting it up to Skinner so she can do something with it and score.
Avery Carlson. It's 2 years at Texas. Pass down the line. She has 2 years living in Texas, I would say.
Carlson with the tough serve, but Baylor really nice in the quick attack by Andrews.
McGee. Outside. Beautifully played off the hands by Devin Kahawai.
4th kill on 5 swings, number 44 in burnt orange has been really impressive. She's been waiting to get in this lineup. She can hit on the left, she can hit on the right. She can also pass if they need her.
Back to Check. Check's first kill of the day. She's coming off a turned ankle in practice the other day.
Now we're starting to see Baylor score with other players. Last play, Ali Check. Really nice set by Barrett Frazier, and then look at this high ball down the line. Catches Emma Halter by surprise.
Check did not participate in serve pass today, only taking a couple of swings at the very end. Off the noggin, it's good. Tight. Way to get on top of it.
If you're Texas, that's a missed opportunity. That ball was tight. Hands need to be over the net grabbing that ball. Murphy able to score for Baylor. Watch how tight this ball is. It's almost in the hands of Texas block, and Singletary doesn't go up and grab that.
And that's the first kill for Murphy. Unusual for an outside to be in the second set. Ball back to Check again, off high hand. Skinner gets a piece of it. It's brought back by Carlson. Check again. Halter, nicely, and the best connection we have seen to Singletary in the middle.
Mariana Singletary is so physical in the middle. I love that Avery Carlson is using her in transition. First it's a block touch. Emma Halter pushes it up, and then look at Mariana Singletary drive and get on top of that ball. A fantastic assist by Carlson.
Outside, well off the net. Kahawai having a nice day. Swing, swing, swing. Check again. Wenis off high hands. McGee's dug. Halter to Kahawai. Texas gets a taste of their own medicine as Baylor outlasts with a kill for Murphy.
That was the best rally of the day, and Kendall Murphy coming up big, hitting that inside the block of Texas. Really nice defense on both sides. That first one came up, Jackie Barrett-Frazier, and then the transition swing inside the block of Ames by Murphy.
Harley Kreck, the redshirt freshman setter, serves for Baylor. Tell me about that play, Holly.
Not sure the set was in the ideal location. Texas wanting to run the Bic out of the middle of the court, and that ball was set way more towards the right, unless she was trying to run a C, which she might have been. But it didn't appear that she and Madison Skinner were on the same page.
And again, this is part of running a 6-2. Trying to get all systems go. Got away from her on the sharp attack. Another point for Texas.
Grace Carroll had the right idea, trying to hit the flat hands of the block in front of her, but doesn't get any Texas fingers.
Here's the double substitution with the 6-2 offense that Texas is trying out today for the first time since 2009. Swindle and Reagan Rutherford coming in. Swindle setting, Rutherford attacking on the right. On top and down.
How about that transition set by Manuela Bibimbe, number 20. Middle blocker, hand set that ball perfectly to her teammate for the kill. Actually, it was Murphy to Bibimbe.
Yeah, I knew what you meant there. For the ball. Block from Texas. Ames gets over there and builds a wall.
And Reagan Rutherford setting up that block on the left side of the court. She lines up as a right side player, but they keep her on the left, and she's very disciplined with her press. Look at her hands on the other side of the net. Nice defensive stop there.
McGee. Does she get a touch? Line judges say no.
Elise McGee asking her coach to challenge that.
And he does. Ryan McGuire using his first challenge of the match. Did it touch the block?
If you're asking me, I did not see it on the original swing.
And on the replay, you have a thought?
I'd like to see this angle before I share my thought.
A little blocked.
Hard to see. Has to be definitive in order to overturn it.
The original call was point Texas. So unless our official April Fricke sees something different, that call will remain. If the call remains, let's take a look again. And the call is yes, there was a touch.
It does look like it got Ames' right hand. That was a great angle from the other side of the net.
Great work and a nice challenge by Ryan McGuire. Listening to his players, he has all 3 challenges remaining since the call was overturned. Score 10-9 Baylor. Halter's pass. Ames in the middle. On a broken play, McGee pushes it through the block.
Harley cracked the right side defender in the backcourt. The setter digs his ball, stands in, takes the pressure, sacrifices her body, and then McGee does the rest of the work, working inside of Ames in transition.
Head coach Ryan McGuire praised Kreck's defense, saying she's an elite defense. Wennis puts up the set out of system. Back to Skinner.
Emma Halter steps in and back sets that ball because Ella Swindle's picking up that first contact. I think the ball was a little tight, but
not too tight for Maddie.
Yeah, Madison Skinner's able to elevate and go over the block.
I used the term out of system, meaning you don't have all your options available. When you have a player like Madison Skinner, where everybody knows it's going to her when you're, air quotes, out of system, what does that do for you?
It's a nice outlet to have. I mean, you want that on your team, but not every team has that.
Not every team has a three-time national champion, one at Kentucky, two with Texas for Madison Skinner. Solid block and the joy.
It's so important if you're that outside blocker, the way you set up the block, your eye work, your press. Reagan Rutherford is so disciplined with her hand work over the net. She's watching, she gets out, press, takes care of that ball. It would be fun to block next to Reagan Rutherford.
Yeah, it was funny. I was watching Singletary after the play, and she's saying, yeah, we got a vibe going. And that's amazing also because Rutherford is a transfer. She's in her first and only year with Texas. Sometimes it's hard as a transfer to come in and assimilate. But Jared Elliott says she's getting more vocal by the day.
And Jared Elliott says that's one of the hardest things with so many transfers, to get them acclimated, believing in the system, in this culture, and vibing with the players who've been in the program.
That ends the 3-0 scoring run from Texas. Holly, Baylor looking much different in this set in terms of their offense to a degree, getting more people. What have you seen from the Baylor Bears?
I think they've had some good defensive stops. They're still hitting .074, and they need to get those numbers up, but they have to pass better in order to be more efficient.
We call that hit 2-2, the 2 zone, which is right front to the other right front. It's difficult.
Ella Swindle puts up a really nice ball for the left-handed Reagan Rutherford. That's a heat. Well, it's like a cut shot, but with heat, and it's pretty darn impressive from Reagan Rutherford.
Texas loves it when Carlson serves. Over the top and down. Get this, Holly. On 7 of Carlson's 9 serves, Texas has scored. They love her behind that service line.
Jared Elliott says she's a very strong server. Look at this bump set from Avery Carlson, knowing she needs to lift it because Madison Skinner can go over the top. Beautiful elevation to kill that ball for Texas.
That's a tough one. So they're saying out of rotation for Baylor. Explain that, Holly.
There's an overlap. Right now, Baylor's running a 6-2 with 2 different setters as well. Jackie Barrett-Frazier and Harley Kreck. They're new running this. Baylor's trailing by 3 in the second set. Texas with 15.
3-point lead for Texas. Much closer second set.
Mama.
I will protect you. I will protect all of you.
Don't wanna say goodbye.
The Wild Robot is the best animated movie of the year.
You are ordered to return home.
We have to help her.
I am already home, and I am a wild robot.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27.
Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd
So yeah, outrage is trending. Our feed's stirring us up, splitting us up. What if we came out from behind our walls and keyboards just for a sec and just go yard, front yard? Come out bagging, jumping, check on that Johnsonville feed. Let our individual flavors blend together. Yes, block nobody, block party. Keep it juicy.
Talented with Tori Stafford, Olivia Babcock, and Rachel Fairbanks running the offense. They are the team to beat so far. At least they've established themselves this non-conference season early on. They are very impressive.
I don't know that we've ever had both Pennsylvania's both undefeated and 1-3 ever. Really exciting things happening out there. Pitt remains undefeated.
Misconnection there for Baylor.
Again, remember that Jackie Barrett Frazier is new this year to Baylor, coming from Auburn. Carlson still having amazing success from the service line. That'll end her reign after a 4-0 run.
The connection between Jackie Barrett Frazier in her middle, Alicia Andrew, is really impressive. 2 blockers there for Texas, and they can't stop it.
Ball is long. It's been a 9-2 run for Texas. Madison Skinner smiling behind that service line. Baylor is stacked all the way to the left.
Looks like Texas trying to load up McGee, number 21 for Baylor. She carries a big load offensively and in serve receives.
Bresenio showed a little life for this team at the end of set number 1 from the service line. That one comes just short.
Baylor missing too many serves. That was really close early and now down by 3.
Halter's serve at McGee. Solid connection to Bibimbe in the middle.
Good things happen when Baylor is able to pass the ball. They get it right up to Jackie Barrett Frazier's hands, and then Manuela Bibimbe. Very nice ball to the deep middle part of the court.
Kreck's serve. Wenis puts it up. Solid step behind, trying to get feet behind the ball. Down the line for Sunshine. It works for Kendall Murphy.
Kendall Murphy makes a good decision to go high, deep, and fast down the line in transition. This is a good heads-up play. Kreck runs through that ball, and look at the location. That spin is taking it away from Skinner. She's not able to bring it back.
Back again. Head hunting, but long. Oh, they are saying that there was a touch from Baylor.
Texas players pointing at the net, bouncing up and down, and a touch, and now
Ryan McGuire grabs the challenge card for his second challenge. He is challenging whether or not it touched one of his players.
Somebody was in the net as well, so when they review it, they're going to learn that as well. You see Bibimbe's left arm touch the net. Not sure if I see any finger movement on that block.
Let's see what we can tell here. I don't think that for the net it's an issue. The ball may have been down at that point if anybody touched. I didn't see it. What about you?
I think there's a net violation on Baylor's block. Not sure, I didn't see a clear touch.
We'll see Baylor keeping it much closer in set number 2. They still don't have a great hitting percentage. No touch there. Point Baylor. That's 2 for 2 for Ryan McGuire. 2 calls overturned, and now we're seeing it even closer. And a 3-0 scoring run for the Baylor Bears.
Baylor can serve the ball in. They've missed 3 of their last serves. That will allow them to play some defense and score.
Quick to Wennis, she brings it back inside. Texas block is picked up. Carlson reads beautifully, and it ends again with the middle block. Baylor's block much improved this set.
Number 20, Manuela Bibinde, really working hard, sealing that net. Not only is she moving laterally, but she's making sure her hands are on the opponent's side of the net, so that goes straight down on the other side.
Texas led by 4, now tied up at 18 apiece. Kept in play. She's looking so comfortable on the right.
Baylor has gone to work, and now they are the aggressor, and it shows in the way they're playing. Energy way up on the Baylor side.
A 5-0 run for Baylor to take the lead. Texas led by 4.
Briseño steps in, passes that ball, and then fastball to Grace Carroll. But it goes on the Texas side of the net. Wennis' hands are on her side of the net. Late to press over, and Baylor scores the point there. In this set, Texas hitting 138 and Baylor hitting 139. That's the first time we've seen higher numbers offensively for Baylor than Texas in this match.
Paul J. Meyer Arena has come alive. Looking at the first set numbers to the second set numbers when we talk about hitting efficiency, what a difference a set makes.
And Baylor's got more players involved. I like the 6-2 offense. We've been able to see Grace Carroll, who's very talented, and of course Ali Check, who we've seen over the years at Baylor too on that opposite.
Yeah, there's now been 6 players for Baylor who have been attacking. What a top 5 women's volleyball matchup we have for you Sunday on ABC and the ESPN app. 4th ranked Louisville, who just took down Kentucky in 4 sets before this match, hosts 5th ranked Nebraska at the KFC Yum Center. They've only met 6 times in history. Dating back to 1983, the Cornhuskers have won 5 of the last 6, but the Cards did win the last meeting in 2021. Coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central. Back here at Paul J. Meyer Arena in Waco, Texas. Baylor just took the lead. Carlson down the line, couple of great digs by the Bears. Carlson pushes outside. This time, Wennis too hot to handle, and that ends the 5-0 Bears run.
Both of these teams are running 6-2 offenses, so they have more offensive weapons. We're seeing longer rallies, more arms available in transition. Watch Jenna Wennis go crossbody down the line. Harley cracked there, but can't come up with it for Baylor.
The thing about a 6-2 offense is that your setter's always in the backcourt, so you always have 3 attackers available in the front, and we're seeing them all get used.
In general, it also provides a bigger block. Sometimes setters are smaller, not as big of a block. Now you've got 3 big blockers across the front row at all times.
The service ace swings the seesaw back Texas's way, +1.
Thursday, September 19th at 7 p.m.
David Hunt, the offensive coordinator for Texas, talking with his setter, Swindle. As we have a little bit of a pause in this one for the timeout, let's take a look at the big picture. We talked at the beginning of the show, Holly, about how exciting things have been nationwide. Talk me through today's results.
Boy, you see Pitt swept Penn State. Those two teams are both undefeated. Louisville beat Kentucky in 4. BYU up 2-1 over Utah State. In Nebraska sweeps Stanford. That's a little bit surprising after we saw a very strong Stanford team sweep this Texas team on Sunday.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about by throwing punches here and there. And Kevin Hamley never feels comfortable. He's like, we have a lot more work to do. Holly, part of it is everybody's scheduling really tough in non-conference.
I think it allows you to learn a lot about yourself, what lineup you're going to use, what kind of offense, how you're going to compete on the road. I mean, the goal is the end of the season. It doesn't matter if you're winning and undefeated this time of year. It's if you're getting better and you're peaking during the NCAA tournament. And that's the goal for all these teams, and that's what this Texas team was able to do last season.
Well, Texas comes into this match 3-3, and Jarrett Elias telling us beforehand, he asked his team, how many of you think I'm stressed? Because he's not. He's not stressed. It's all data. Last year, 5-3 to start the season, won their second consecutive national championship. Sometimes it's just in as good. Things go your way. We're locked at 20.
Grace Carroll, the freshman opposite, taking some nice swings, pace to the corner.
Now it switches a little bit to who's cleaner in these last 5 points. Point Texas, they're finding real comfort with Aiden Ames, their freshman middle.
Texas getting both middles involved. Aiden Ames really drives hard, very comfortable in front of the setter. Gets her 3rd kill on 6 swings.
Jenna Wennis serving, and Jarrett Elliott has set her. She makes all the plays that keep the team together. Makes the nice block moves, great serving. And I think Grace Carroll is having a breakout game for the Bears.
16, the lefty. Baylor has 2 lefties on that right side, and it's tough to defend coming hard cross body off the block of Maddie Skinner is Grace Carroll.
Yeah, they're both tall. Carroll 6'5", Check 6'4". Skinner off the net. I don't know anybody does it better. Boom.
In the confidence by Ella Swindle to push Madison Skinner all the way to the left side. The easy set would have been up and down to Reagan Rutherford on the right, but watch her push it as far as she can, and there's some room between the block. That's the seam, and Skinner attacks it.
Freshman Aiden Ames. Murphy pass. McGee gets on top of it. And we're simply trading blows. Baylor advantage.
Watch the set from Harley Crack. Tight pass, she jump sets it. Mariana Singletary jumps with the middle blocker, and that isolates Elise McGee on the left side versus Reagan Rutherford, who makes a nice move, but one-on-one is advantage hitter.
Jackie Barrett Frazier enters to set. Allie Check on the right side for the Bears. Second time we have seen Reagan Rutherford pull out her, what'd you say, righting hand? Her right hand?
Correct. I learned that in an interview that she did post-game. She writes with her right hand, but she was taught how to do sports with her left hand. This ball goes wide. She's able to go off the left hand of Elise McGee for the point.
Some forward-thinking parents teaching her to develop her left hand early. Timeout, Baylor.
Baylor has been so tight in this second set, playing some really high-level volleyball. We've seen a lot more of the offense going through Carroll and Check and Babimbe. They need to be a little bit more disciplined with their block and not get tooled. See if they can get a stop here.
taking a look at the upcoming matches on ESPN's family of networks. Both Kentucky and Stanford suffering losses today. We'll see how they respond against each other on Saturday.
I'm looking forward to Nebraska versus Louisville on ABC on Sunday. And then Kentucky versus Florida. That one's exciting because Kennedy Mason is back. Kennedy Martin is back, excuse me, at the opposite. And hopefully soon we'll see All-American setter Alexis Stuckey, too, for Florida.
Yeah, Texas hopes they don't see her too soon. They're playing Florida in 2 weeks. Avery Carlson, who spent 2 years at Baylor, transferred to Texas, is now on the back line, a very close set, serving against her former team. You know that she knows this team. Jarrett Elliott just had her move from the left side to the right side of the baseline to switch up her serve.
Jarrett Elliott likes when they avoid the libero and serve receive, going line to line, loading up McGee, but she passes it well.
Baylor responds and sends it back.
Alicia Andrew has been impressive out of the middle. We've seen her attack that right back position, but we've also seen her go wrist away. Good offensive range, taking whatever the block gives her.
This is the 13th tie of this set. Ball out, set point, Texas. And cue the music as Texas is bringing in Kayla Akana to serve for the set. Serve is good, Murphy's pass is too. It's dug up. To Murphy. Looked like it was smothered, but the cover from Baylor was perfect. Brzenia. From the backcourt. Longest rally we have seen today for set point. Halter, another great ball. Kahahawai finishes it off for Texas. They take the lead 2-0.
And it was the backcourt keeping it alive for Texas. We saw Akana for the first time because she hasn't been in the lineup because they're running that 6-2. But she made some big plays, and then look at Carlson trusting in Kahawai on the right side, going off the inside of the block for the Texas point. Another versatile attack for Texas. We've seen all the hitters contributing today.
Nice turnaround for Texas and Baylor, a much stronger second set. Still plenty of work to do, but Texas has the 2-0 lead. Coach Jarrett Elliott on with us now. And Coach, first time you've been running a 6-2 since 2009. What are your impressions after 2 sets?
Yeah, we've had a day to practice it, so it's been going pretty well. I like what we're doing, and we're getting some good balance on both pins and able to utilize our middle a lot.
You haven't been able to use Kayla Akana a lot because of that 6-2, but bringing her in at the end, how do you plan to use her with this 6-2?
Yeah, I mean, usually you're going around three full rotation, which is about 12 subs, so we usually have about 1 opportunity to get her in there. So that's how we're using her.
Thank you, Jarrett, for the time.
Yep.
Really impressive couple of sets from Texas, including the fight back. What adjustments will Baylor make in the 3rd set? They need to be immediate and big.
Ready?
The Wild Robot is 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Movies just don't get better than this.
Sometimes, to survive, we must become more than we were programmed to be.
The Wild Robot is a cinematic achievement on every level and the best animated movie of the year.
How would you rate my performance? I will register that as a 10.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27.
Who's that sexy thing? wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too.
On a Longing, Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, what are you doing here? Texting another conference now.
Yeah, but it's like on the other side of the country. It's really, really far.
But you're not even on our schedule this season.
Maybe we can meet you in the playoffs.
That's crazy talk.
You know what else is crazy? Getting all that Dr. Pepper flavor with 0 sugar.
But Dr. Pepper doesn't have a questionable secondary like Tech does.
Here, catch!
And that's why you're a mascot.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Score, full-page match summary, and then Phil tap dance for McGuire.
Thank you for playing in our serving challenge.
Do you need assistance?
The Wild Robot is the greatest DreamWorks movie ever.
Did anyone order me?
It's not just the best animated movie of the year.
Do you need assistance?
It's one of the best movies, period.
I will protect you.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27th.
Arena inside the Farrell Center for this top 20 matchup. Baylor, 20th ranked in the nation, fighting back in set 2, but Texas takes over again, and Texas leading this 2-0. Holly, the match, the first set, very different story than the second.
Baylor was able to get more hitters involved. They moved to a 6-2 offense. They were able to bring in freshman opposite Grace Carroll, who was a spark, and really some good things happened. They missed too many serves, in my opinion, in that second set, but it was a much closer battle. Let's see if they take that momentum into this third set.
One of the things that both coaches had told us, Holly, is that they wanted to get the middles involved early, and we are seeing a lot of middle from both sides.
Well, it depends on how good the first contact is so they can evolve those middles, so passing's key.
Joining us now, Baylor's head coach Ryan McGuire. Coach, a little more fight in the second set. What do you need to do to push over the edge and capture the win?
Yeah, we got to continue to stay tough with our serve. You know, a couple errors in the middle, one there at the end. Our blocks just got to keep doing a better job. We had some blocks. We slowed some things down. I thought our floor defense was picking more balls up, but we're just not converting on those enough. So we're, we need to bring a few things off the net so our hitters can take some bigger swings. And, I like what our middles are doing, so we got to be able to keep that pass steady so our middles can keep them on balance and be more of our first option on transition.
What did you like about the 6-2 offense in that second set?
Well, I thought Grace came in and gave us some good swings, got some kills on it, let us talk with our setters a little bit off and how we can run through. So that part I like. Like I said, Grace ended the first set with a big block, so she's being physical up there. It's kind of those row ones that we're giving up runs on that we need to be better to keep that 6-2 healthy. So need Texas to miss serve when our lefties are outside. Our lefties, when they're outside, need to put balls away.
Brian, is your voice going to hold up through the end of this match?
It's we'll see what happens. But girls got a lot of heart, and if I do my job right, they don't need me anyways.
Thank you, Coach, for the time.
Thank you, guys.
Well, Holly, as we talked about, the middle production has been the biggest thing. And again, how does that serve you throughout the rest of your season when you can get those connections shored up?
We talk about offense, quick to the pins, but if you establish your middle, it really holds the middle blocker defensively. They have to jump, they have to honor your middle attack, so that frees things out, that gives your pin hitters room to attack through seams or the middle blockers late closing, just a higher percentage opportunity to kill the ball.
Do you see a spin of the dial? I don't see any personnel changes. I think we're going with what it was in the first set to second set. Baylor will have the first serve.
Kendall Murphy trying to go at Madison Skinner, missing her wide.
As Texas goes to the service line, it's Aiden Ames, their freshman middle. A little bit of a leapfrog maybe by Carroll. She's done great things.
Her coach talked about her being the spark plug. I agree, number 16 for Baylor. Using her 6'5" size to score, and we've seen her block some balls too.
5 kills for Grace Carroll. Bibinbe serving. Wenis passes so many Texas balls. And there we see the connection again.
I like the pass. I like the fact that Texas is trying to run that middle, but Mariana Singletary is long. She jumps well. Got to get that set like 4 to 5 inches higher, and she can drive that ball down.
Bibinbe again. They go right back to her. It's off feet. No celebrating yet. And a foot dig for a Baylor point.
Texas went right back to that middle, working that connection. High enough ball, but Bibinbe uses her foot, keeps it alive, and that is good in volleyball. You can use any part of your body to keep that ball off the floor, and she does that.
Don't act like you slid your foot under there on purpose, Bibinbe, but you did that, so you own it.
She's from Cameroon. They play a lot of soccer there.
All right, we'll get her that. Back to Rutherford.
Reagan Rutherford is quietly having a pretty amazing night. 8 kills, 11 swings, hitting for incredible offensive numbers, hitting 727.
And then when you add her up with Devin Kahawai, who has 5 kills, just 2 short of her career high, that's 13 kills from the right side. That's what this offense allows.
Avery Carlson just long on that one, but that was a rotation for Texas with Carlson on the line that they've been able to score often tonight. So for Baylor, that's a good sign to get her off the line.
What I really like is as we were preparing for that Stanford match, you asked Jarrett Elliott, have you thought about running a 6-2 at all? And he said, no, immediately. 2 days later, it's working like a charm. Absolutely. Kahahawai. Check. Big dig by her former teammate Carlson, and then Skinner off the edges of the block for the Texas point.
Baylor, good dig, Allie Check. Huge swing on the right side, but Avery Carlson picks it up, and then the block by McGee late to press, and Skinner able to score.
Jenna Wenis attacking hands. Rosenio lined up perfectly. Murphy from the backcourt. So there's the question, Singletary, I think they pointed to the center line. You and I were both looking at hair, I think. But she pointed to the center line. April Fricky, our second referee, did.
Let's watch Singletary's feet. She's trying to get her feet under, and she came all the way across that line, which is dangerous, so that is a fault.
That block is a love story between Kahawai and Singletary. They found a groove.
Well, Texas just having a block party tonight, doing a really much better job with their discipline, making sure their hands are over the net. Again, Kahawai on the right side setting up that block for Texas, and Singletary closing to her.
Halter serve. Here comes Check. A well-earned kill by Allie Check, just her second today.
You said earlier, Allie Check sprained her ankle just a couple days ago, so she's been working to get back in this lineup, but she's a big weapon for Baylor and takes a huge rip in that cross court.
Check that's underneath that. Brave swing by Murphy. Better dig from Halter. Credit the libero, Emma Halter, for that.
When you can turn defense into kills, things are going well, and Texas does just that. Emma Halter slides under this ball, and then look at the set from Carlson. Beautiful kill by Wennis down the line.
Ella Swindle. Murphy being an excellent outlet player for Baylor.
Number 11 for Baylor right there in the middle of your screen. Worked hard to get her feet there. This is not an easy play off of a bump set. Texas knows exactly where it's going. They set up their defense, but there's a big seam between Ames and Rutherford, the Texas blocker, and Murphy takes advantage.
Murphy, just a sophomore, came in towards the end of last season when Kendall Stowers was injured. Much bigger role this year, and she's embraced it. No touch on that one.
Texas team telling their coaches to challenge, but they're gonna
sit this one out, I think.
Pass. I don't think it touched anybody.
Instead, the Longhorns will take a timeout. Baylor leading by 3 in a must-win set here in Waco, Texas. Okay.
Ready?
The Wild Robot is 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Movies just don't get better than this.
Sometimes, to survive, we must become more than we were programmed to be.
The Wild Robot is a cinematic achievement on every level and the best animated movie of the year.
How would you rate my performance? I will register that as a 10.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27.
Ow! Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. 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 I'd wanna be me too.
So yeah, outrage is trending. Our feed's stirring us up, splitting us up. What if we came out from behind our walls and keyboards just for a sec and just go yard, front yard? Come out bagging, jumping, check on that Johnsonville feed. Let our individual flavors blend together. Yes, block nobody, block party. Keep it juicy.
Spanish.
Que bueno. Who was that?
That was you. We know you. Middle. Ames recovers. And Rutherford goes for it. Again, Texas is saying touch. They're asking their coaches again to challenge. And this time, Jared Elliott accepts the assignment.
But he was looking at his players like, you guys better be right. They asked 2 plays in a row for that challenge.
Yep.
Coaching staff passed the first time, accepted the second time. Reagan Rutherford, the lefty on the left side of the court, gets some big fingers. The left hand of Carroll.
I think they were more vehement when they asked this time, like, no,
Agreed.
legit, serious,
Agreed.
you have to.
Yep, see the finger movement.
Yep. Jared Elliott has not lost a challenge yet, right? The initial ruling, no touch. If the official April Fricky sees what we see, then that will be overturned. And indeed, she does. This is the difference between a 4-point Baylor lead and a 2-point lead.
Offensively, Baylor's doing some really nice things, hitting 273 in this set compared to Texas 154.
Talking about Jenna Wennis, I feel like we don't talk about her enough, but she does everything.
And you said it before, she's the glue. She does the little things, not always the big kill, but she passes, she transitions sets, she serves well, blocks well. She does all the little things, and that's why she's out on the court for this Texas team.
That dig by Halter brought it right back into play. Beautiful.
And Skinner put in a good position to score in transition. This is so important. If you're going to dig the ball off the top, look at Halter scoop under that ball and then Swindle lift that ball for Skinner.
Tip to the backcourt, it's messy, but here's a free ball. What will Baylor do with it? Rosenio, first contact. Halter, split. And the second attack by Murphy. We're seeing Murphy be super aggressive after a quiet first set.
Kendall Murphy really turning it on. We've seen her take some big swings, but that time finishing strong. She was one-on-one on that over dig against Reagan Rutherford, who makes a nice block move, and she was able to score.
Murphy with 5 kills. It's quieter in the first set. She's behind the service line now. Texas's serve receive is stacked right, meaning there's 4 players occupying the right third of the court. They serve right into it. Rutherford, wide. Point, Bears.
That's the second hitting error by Reagan Rutherford, who was unstoppable most of this match. Looks like she tries to go super sharp. That one missed by a centimeter.
It's 10-7 Baylor, and this is the largest lead by Baylor in this match.
That ball passed really tight to the net, and looks like Jared Elliott might want a timeout. Nope. Team says, we've got this, coach.
4-point lead. Keep serving into that traffic on the right side. Ibinbe rejects the first one. And there is just a sweet spot, and she found it.
Kreck and McGee were right there, a little hesitation, and that's one of the benefits of attacking the middle. It's right between everybody, so if there's any hesitation, that ball's gonna drop. Kreck number 1, and then McGee on the floor. Kill for Skinner.
Yeah, either player could get it, right? But this is the other thing with the 6'2", you're not always playing next to the same people. Rosenio on the money. Ames, it's very tight. Madison Skinner cleans it up. Unforced error by McGee.
Elise McGee trying to push that ball deep in transition. Usually as the play goes on, the defense creeps up so you can catch defenders deep, but that one misses.
Aiden Ames has made Baylor uncomfortable from the service line. Rosenio, no problem. And that ball is touched by Texas. He kind of got player and tape at the same time.
Grace Carroll has been very effective on the right side. We've seen her tool the block quite often, and that's one of the benefits of that left-handed player. If you're not quick with your hands pressing back into the court, they're able to use you.
I kind of thought they could hit the antenna a little bit, but Rutherford again, quick arm swing.
We've seen Reagan Rutherford go a lot cross court with success, that time turning it down the line, and she can hurt you in so many different ways. Ella Swindle reverses, goes long string set, and Reagan Rutherford catches that deep line ball.
What does long string mean?
The longest distance of the court. As Ella Swindle runs towards the left side, that would, if she set the left side, it'd be a short string just because it's the shortest amount of distance.
And the other way to do a short distance is straight down. Beautiful block, Texas.
My favorite direction, straight down, Mariana Singletary. Beautiful defensive stop at the net. Crack pushes that ball up for McGee, but the handwork too good for Texas.
Grace Carroll. When it's first touch, outside Skinner accelerates as she comes in for the kill.
Head coach for Texas, Jared Elliott, said, look, we want to see Madison Skinner go more area 4 to area 4, and that's left side, sharp cross court to that area 4, and she does so on that swing.
Lead is erased with a 3-0 Texas run. Whitney Lonstein has entered and is on the right side for Texas. First action of the night.
Timing was off for the Texas block and was on the way down. Elise McGee able to score. She's taken 28 swings tonight, 8 kills.
Frazier's serve. Well handled by Carlson. Uh-oh. Lunch for Allie Check at the net.
Those are dangerous transition sets, too tight to the net, and with the physicality on Texas side, you don't need to put that transition ball so tight, and it plays right in to Baylor's block and attack.
Nothing Lonstein could have done about that. Strength outside to Lonstein. Allie Check read it all the way, denied by Baylor.
Defensive stops are crucial if Baylor wants to win this match and extend it, and Allie Check did a really nice job defensively on that block.
Service is long, and I'm noticing Jenna Wentz coming in, tapping Whitney Lonstein on the back. Meanwhile, with Madison Skinner behind the service line, it has now been 34 consecutive matches with double-figure kills for Skinner. She has 11 so far tonight.
Whitney Lonstein will go on the right side for Texas defensively.
Halter takes the shot, and Texas in the net.
Baylor catching some momentum, good energy on their side of the net.
They led by as many as 4. Texas caught up, now back up to 3. Elise McGee. Oh man, when their middle is working, Singletary hits incredibly hard.
And credit Avery Carlson for lifting this set, getting it a little higher, but it starts with the pass from Emma Halter, right in her setter's hands, textbook in-system play. Mariana Singletary with the exclamation point.
Singletary, one of the hardest hitters in the gym in Texas. Coming right back from the middle. Bears are showing a lot more fight. Now, we saw a fight in the second set. What's going even better for them in this third?
I like their offensive numbers, but I also like their stops. They're hitting better numbers offensively than Texas.
Fewer errors, more kills. Brzeznia down the line into a little bit of crowded space between Ames, Wennis, and Skinner.
And Lauren Brzeznia has been really impressive, just quietly getting the job done, chasing down deflections. They're coming up with a timely ace for Baylor to go up 18-14 in this must-win set for Baylor.
Yep, and again, it ties their largest lead. Let's take a look at Brzeznia again.
Brzeznia attacking from the line. This is called the jump float serve, and it's clean. That means flat and clean with very little spin, and when it comes off the hand like that, it moves a lot, and if you're trying to track it as a passer, it can get away from your platform.
And it's hot in here, Holly. It is hot right now in Paul J. Meyer Arena. How does that affect that type of serve?
Well, I'm guessing it makes the ball move even more.
Yeah. I don't think you're guessing. I think you know.
Well, no matter what, when it's flame, it's moving. But maybe more with the heat that we're feeling. The heat that you're feeling.
Oh, come on now. Tonight, taking a look at the difference in the sets. The second one was an absolute seesaw, back and forth. This one, we're seeing a bigger lead by Baylor. Texas closed the gap, a bigger lead again by Baylor.
But Baylor needs to keep their foot on the gas. They cannot let up because Texas has all the weapons to come right back. And now for Texas, we talked about learning about your team. Lonstein was getting some reps. She's in the court. I mean, they're using different players, and they're just getting more and more comfortable in the 6-2 that they had one day to practice.
11 players have been in action on the floor for the Longhorns today. Brazenia will continue her service run. Back again, Lonstein, clean. Wenis gets outside. Lower set to her. Again, it's the block of Baylor, anchored by Bibinbe in the middle.
That time, Avery Carlson, the setter for Texas, chose to run a short string set, but the block is standing right there, so they don't have to do much work. Ali check with the assist, but Bibinbe, big stop at the net for Baylor.
Outside, a hammer from Wenis.
Skinner took care of that pass, and that ball was set so fast to Wenis on the left pin, and that allows her to score quickly in the cross court. Look how fast and low this ball is, and that freezes the middle blocker for Baylor, who isn't even able to jump and stop.
Wenis can do anything, I'm convinced. Swindle. Serve. Emma Halter, another great dig from her. And Brazenia too. Alley check, up and over.
Loving the defense. Emma Halter picks this up, and then Jenna Wenis takes a rip, but Brazenia keeps it alive, and then Ali check, her best swing of the night, goes over the top. Deep middle for the big Baylor point.
Watching Check earlier take just a couple of tentative swings. I think she's found her rhythm or her adrenaline.
Hard when you're Baylor and you're getting that momentum, making plays, and then you miss your serve, and that takes the pressure off Texas.
5 points was the largest lead of the match for Baylor. Block is there. Everybody around it. You want to talk about a campfire? They're right there.
And Texas, that time, bunch blocking, staying more central, protecting that back row attack for the stop. You see the 3 blockers for Texas, triple block, slowing down that back row attack for Baylor.
3-point lead for Baylor in a must-win set. Coming up next, Sports Center, Kelsey Riggs and Zugunianti. Otani gets 1 stolen base closer to historic 50-50 season. That's absolutely amazing. And then Mika Parsons speaks out, the Cowboys star. And UL Monroe DC's bulletin board material. We'll tell you more about that on Sports Center coming up later. We're not finished here yet. Texas coming off of being swept by Stanford, now trailing in the 3rd set. A reminder that Baylor's only beaten Texas 4 times. They've got a long way to go for that, but a win in the 3rd set is a great way to start.
First 2 sets, for the most part, dominated by Texas, although that 2nd set could have gone either way, but Texas was able to win it. But Baylor playing really solid this entire 3rd set, getting more and more comfortable and getting more offensive weapons involved, and that's been crucial.
What does Baylor need to do, in your opinion, to close this set out?
Well, first of all, they need to side out at a high clip. You see them spread their offense. They were stacked on the left. Now they're trying to spread things out. So they need to side out first ball and then put some pressure on Texas from the service line.
Wenis helps them out with a long serve.
If you look at Baylor's front row right now, they've got 3 very strong blockers. So a chance for Kendall Murphy to score some points in this rotation.
Murphy at the service line, Halter underneath it. Reagan Rutherford, who's had the magic, the Midas touch. There's a lot of things that didn't go so well for Baylor in that rally.
Baylor had a chance, the ball put too tight to the net, and Texas block takes advantage of it.
Ames has had great success from the service line, getting Baylor uncomfortable. Baylor right now, everybody on the right side. Second consecutive server to bail out Baylor with a missed serve.
I call it the red zone, right? After 20 points, trying to get to 25, there's more pressure. You have to execute at a higher level. And we've already seen 3 missed serves combined.
Bibinbe. Back again to Rutherford. Ooh, nasty. Every lefty loves that turn down the line.
They do, and a lot of teams take it away from you, block that line and force you to hit angle into the meat of your defense. But gave Rutherford some room and she took it.
Avery Carlson into serve. She knows these Baylor players better than anybody and delivers an ace serve on the line.
Fantastic location deep at Elise McGee down the line for the ace.
We've talked about it before. Texas loves having Carlson on that service line. They score well with her there, and Ryan McGuire takes a timeout for Baylor.
Texas likes that line-to-line serve, keeping the ball away from Briseño or whoever the libero is on the other team. Libero is usually the passing defensive specialist who is fantastic at that first contact, and you want to avoid them and put pressure on other players.
Let's revisit the series history between these teams. Only 4 wins historically by the Baylor Bears.
But all 4 of them have come here.
Yeah, and the last one was in 2021 here. Texas swept in their last meeting last season. And it's tough. Meanwhile, I mean, for Texas to lose at home, as they have, is really rare too. But this is the great thing about this season, Holly, that we talked about. I mean, Stanford is sweeping Texas the other day, then Nebraska sweeping Stanford. Like, I don't think any coach feels good about the performance for very long.
For sure. I mean, execution, winning the serve and pass game, and taking care of your game plan. It's early in the season and teams aren't doing it at a consistent level, and that's why you're seeing inconsistent performances across the board and down the rankings.
The largest lead for Baylor was at 2015. Texas now within 2 with their highest point scoring server on the back line. Back again with Flo and the block. Singletary has your back.
Texas identifies that Baylor has a ton of confidence in the left-handed freshman, Grace Carroll, and they key on her. They know it's going back. You watch Mariana Singletary get there late, press her hands back over the net, and get that crucial block.
Texas has 12 blocks, and Singletary's been a part of 9 of them. Skinner unloads. Tie game.
It starts with service pressure, and Avery Carlson doing a really nice job. Here's the transition ball going out to Maddie Skinner, and look at this gap, that space between the 2 blockers. That's where she's going to attack.
A 4-0 scoring run by the Longhorns ties it up. Carlson on that service line. Skinner. Great dig by Briseño. It's over. Baylor needs to attack quickly. Here she comes, and there she goes. Maddie Skinner for another kill, her 13th of the day.
We saw arms flying to keep the prior play alive for Texas. They get another chance, and then the back set from Emma Halter to Madison Skinner. Big time transition kill to go up by 1.
On this 5-0 scoring run with Avery Carlson at the back line, Texas now 2 points away from sweeping Baylor. Garrett Elliott is yelling something. I think they're seeing an out of rotation, perhaps. Not called. Grace Carroll drops it right over the top.
Grace Carroll had very small area to get that over the block, out of the reach of the defender. Beautiful set by Kreck, and then Skinner trying to turn, thinking that ball's out. Beautiful shot by the freshman.
Jackie Barrett Frazier, serve is tough. I like the idea, the execution fell way short.
Pass is good, you just have to lift that ball for Mariana Singletary. It's too low, and then for Mariana Singletary, she needs to recognize that and keep it in play.
Set point Baylor. Wait, somebody threw something on the net, on the floor. It's disappointing. Yeah. Disappointing, something on Texas's side of the match. So we are going to replay set point Baylor. Picked up. The other way, and what a crush from Maddie Skinner to tie it up at 24.
Madison Skinner very comfortable on the right side of the net, and in transition, watch Carlson push it back to her. Although it's inside, she's got so much range, she can go down that line, that time attacking between the two defenders to that cross-court corner.
Again, we saw this at the end of the last set. The substitution to have Haley Ncaa come in and serve. Picked up. It'll be Wennis swinging. And Texas now with sitting at set point, match point for the first time today.
Ncaa is so good at coming in and making big plays, starting with a tough serve, and then Wennis working through that block. Big time swing from her.
Ncaa serving for the match. Great dig by Ncaa as well. This is a swing for the match. Oh no, it's not gonna clear, and Texas sweeps Baylor. They finished on an 8-2 run.
Really strong finish by Texas, but I thought we saw some really good things from Baylor. I think they went away from Andrew too much. I liked her a lot in the middle, and offensively, she did not get a lot of opportunities. They went pin heavy.
Take a look at the final point again.
Kahawai, big rip, and then in transition, this ball gets too wide. Two players trying to fight for that set, and Check can't get it over the net.
How about a little love for the server, Kayla Ncaa? How hard is that for her to come in on the final play and serve like that?
It's so hard, but she's so good at that role, coming in at clutch moments, making big plays for Texas.
We're going to take a break and come put a bow on this as Texas takes down Baylor in Waco.
Hello. Here's a free sticker. Scan the code and receive 10% off of your... I'm an advanced robotic helper. Do you need assistance?
Huh.
Did you know I can assist with grocery shopping, banking, landscaping? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate my performance? I will register that as a 10.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27th.
Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. 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 I'd wanna be me too.
So yeah, outrage is trending. Our feed's stirring us up, splitting us up. What if we came out from behind our walls and keyboards just for a sec and just go yard, front yard? Come out bagging, jumping, check on that Johnsonville feed. Let our individual flavors blend together. Yes, block nobody, block party. Keep it juicy.
Huh. How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Hold.
Silver vans are going for more right now. Should we? Our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up. You think?
What a match we have had here in the Paul J. Meyer Arena inside the Farrell Center in Waco, Texas. Holly, coming into this Texas, coming off of a loss to Stanford where they were swept. Jared Elliott said he wanted to try out a new offense. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot. I think all the teams are learning how, or trying to figure out how to score more points. We saw both Baylor and Texas use the 6-2 so they could score more points.
Texas, 3 sets to Baylor's none. It's a sweep. For Holly McPeak, I'm Anne-Marie Anderson saying goodbye from Waco, Texas, where Texas rebounded from a loss. Now let's get you to Sports Center with Kelsey Riggs and Zubin Mihenti.
Ready?
The Wild Robot is 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Movies just don't get better than this.
Sometimes, to survive, we must become more than we were programmed to be.
The Wild Robot is a cinematic achievement on every level and the best animated movie of the year.
How would you rate my performance? I will register that as a 10.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27th.
Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. 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 I'd wanna be me too.
Ugh, we've all gotten good at stirring the pot. You know, maybe we find time for a little pot luck. Yes, bring those red beans with the andouille, bring pastas and kielbasas, and seriously, we all can't just get along for a few hours? That's a crock. You just gotta go gloves on, Johnsonville in, finger pointing off, and keep it juicy.
Jump to the jam, boogie woogie jam slam, bust the dialect, I'm the man in command, come.
We've had some great times together, but I need to let you go. And so, babe, it's done. I just
sold my car to Carvana! Woo!
No, even easier. I just entered my license plate and
answered a few questions. Bam!
I'm dropping off and getting paid today.
Offer was incredible! Carvana! How convenient is that? How convenient is
Oh, that's Dave.
Thanks for choosing Carvana. Here's your check.
Thanks. Sell your car today and get paid the same day with Carvana.